In this conversation, I want to explore the digital transformation and the move towards cloud at Oracle. So this is a customer story of how Oracle, one of the world's leading computer technology corporations, has transformed itself and responded to the new normal of a post-coronavirus world. To do that, I am joined today by Kishan Agrawal, who is the Vice President of Oracle Applications Lab. So welcome, Kishan.
Thank you, Bernard, for having me. And first, let me congratulate you on your new book on AI revolution.
Thank you very much. I need to pay you for that.
So, uh, let me first talk a little bit about myself, what I do, right? So, one of my responsibilities today is leading the effort to migrate all of our enterprise application infrastructure to cloud as part of our overall cloud transformation journey.
Okay.
Oracle Application Labs, the group is responsible for managing and implementing all of the business application that runs Oracle, right? So in that sense, we are like one of the largest customer of Oracle. And we go through the same set of challenges and experiences that our customer would go through.
Yeah.
We're part of the larger product engineering organization, so we have the direct feedback loop with the engineering teams as well. And just to give you a sense of the scale and size of our operations, right? Oracle operates in 175 countries with more than 130,000 employees serving 400,000 customers and driving over $40 billion revenue a year. So it's a pretty massive and sizable operations, and transforming the company of this size is a huge undertaking, as you can understand.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm really looking forward to exploring a bit more of how you take your own medicine, of how you use your own technology. So, like so many other businesses today, Oracle has been on this digital transformation journey. Would you be able to share with me maybe a summary of that journey and also an outline of how COVID-19 has maybe changed that journey and the direction of your transformation?
Sure, absolutely. So, as a global technology leader, we believe in continuous digital transformation. Given the service oriented world that we are in now, the organization must continuously deliver exceptional experience and always stay ahead of ever changing expectation of the customers and employees. So when Oracle itself transformed from a product oriented company, if you remember, Oracle used to be more like product and license business company, it transformed itself to a service oriented company with cloud services. We needed to completely transform our own internal operations. We had two main objectives. The first one was to provide a completely reimagined and delightful experience to our customers, to our employee. And we wanted to do that by streamlining our processes, ruthlessly simplifying every steps, and empowering our users to do their tasks, their experiences autonomously. Our second objective was to leverage machine learning and other cloud technology to gain new insights from our own data, automate tasks, and identify new opportunities. And a third and side objective also was, by transforming our own operation, we wanted to be a live example of how a large and complex organization like Oracle can transform itself using Oracle's own cloud services. So to achieve this, we decided to implement Oracle Cloud across Oracle, right? So we migrated all of our enterprise applications, all the business applications to our Oracle Cloud applications, the SaaS offering. And we also migrated all of our infrastructure, to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, the Exadata platform, and autonomous services. Because I believe the infrastructure, a flexible, robust, and secure infrastructure is backbone for any digital transformation. It can break or make your transformation, right? For example, when we were on-prem, on our on-prem hardware, we were always constrained by these challenges. There'll be limited flexibility, very low elasticity, there'll be frequent and longer outages, right? When we moved to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, it gave us that flexibility. You want more services, you just pay a little bit more and you get more. The elasticity to scale out, let's say during quarter end, you need more compute power, you just scale out. And then better uptime. So we started this journey of transforming or migrating all of our entire portfolio to Oracle Cloud. And it has been very successful so far.
Very good. So you're definitely one of the biggest Oracle customers, internal customer. Maybe you can give me some practical examples of how you've used this technology, especially in these difficult times that we're all going through at the moment.
Sure. Let me start with one example on our infrastructure transformation itself, right? So we used to run hundreds of databases supporting all of our business applications, right? ERP, CRM, all the integrations, hundreds of databases, all running on different hardware, different operating system, different storage, even different database versions. So as you can imagine, it was very difficult, complex, and expensive to operate. So back, we went through this transformation of consolidating all of these hundreds of databases on a set of Exadata hardware. This massive transformation not only gave us millions of dollars of saving in terms of both hardware as well as the resources needed to operate, it also improved our uptime of our systems, or it improved performance even without rewriting any of the code. Just moving and consolidating all this on Exadata, we saw tremendous improvement in performance. And more importantly, this consolidation gave us that innovation platform where we are able to build new solutions, able to gain new insight from our own data. And also now it has made it very easy to migrate, because we were already on-prem running on Exadata. Now it's almost like a one-click migration to Oracle Cloud, whether we want to go to Exadata Cloud Service or our autonomous services. That's on infrastructure side. Now let me talk about some specific examples on the current situation, because I believe that our cloud transformation journey has enabled us or prepared us well to be able to handle with this COVID-19 kind of situations. The first example I would like to say is, as the pandemic started, we needed a health and safety applications where our employees can report COVID-19 related incidents, our human resource department to be able to actions, track, follow up, and our facility and real estate department to do, say, we need to do, say, building cleanup or lockdown buildings. And also we needed an application to do all of this. On-prem, it would have taken months to build or deploy such an application. But because we were already using Oracle SCM Cloud, within a week, we were able to enable these applications for all of our employees globally. It would not have been possible in our legacy system.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. And the second example I would like to say is, as you know, with pandemic, everybody started working from home or remotely. So we needed to make it absolutely easy for our employee to access all of our enterprise or business applications from anywhere in the world on any devices. When we were on-prem, all these applications were either available on the corporate network, or you have to go through this clunky VPN access and all those. But with our applications running on Oracle Cloud, with its security features like multi-factor authentications, end-to-end encryption, secure network. We were able to make all of our critical or required applications for our employees available from any devices anywhere in the world.
Mhm.
And finally, one more quick example, we had already adopted the conversational interface, the chatbot for our enterprise applications using Oracle's own or digital assistant platform. So many of the functionalities like submitting an expenses or asking for help or looking up somebody's contact number, all these functionalities were already available on bot platform. So now with everybody working remotely and everywhere else, it gave them that easy access to do their day-to-day work using chatbot platform.
Yeah, they're great examples. Thank you, Kishan. So, what have been some of the biggest business challenges that you had to address during this transformation journey? And maybe you can share with us some of the results that you've achieved.
Sure. And before I go into specific, let me share something. We talk to many of our customers also, right? And what we have found is though every organization transformation objective is different, what we find is a common pattern. There is a
Mm.
very similar challenges they all face, and we also went through some. So let me walk through some of the like 3 or 4 key challenges that we face.
Yeah.
The very first challenge was knowing how to get started, because there is this perceived complexity about migrating your legacy system to the new transform system. So what we did is we adopted a phased migration to cloud instead of doing a big bang migration of everything to cloud. So we had this coexistence model for a while where we used to have some application in cloud, some in on-prem. So how we did the phasing is initially we moved some of our simpler and foundational application and infrastructure to cloud, and we learn the technology, we learn how to operate in the cloud, we put together all the building blocks, and that gave us the foundations or the blueprint to migrate rest of the system to cloud.
Hmm.
The next big concern is always about security. How do you
Hmm.
ensure your data is secured in cloud, and not only at rest but also when you are accessing, when the data in the transit, how do you ensure that? For in Oracle Cloud, what we found is security is always on. What I mean by that is when we provision a new infrastructure service or a platform service, let's say Exadata Cloud Service or Autonomous Database, all the security configurations are enabled by default. So we don't have to go and configure, or we didn't need like super security specialists to go and secure our workload. Then we found that there are isolation at every layers, and there are end-to-end encryption. So Oracle Cloud provided us that one of the most secure place to run our critical enterprise workload.
Hmm.
The third challenge was about cost. Like when you adopt new technology or new infrastructure, there is a cost factor. And of course, cloud gives you this flexibility where you can pay as you use and all. And Oracle Cloud is no different. You have all those flexibility, like as you need more compute or more services, you just pay for what you use. But in addition to that, the unique thing in Oracle Cloud was all the autonomous services, because it reduced significantly our operational overhead. Yes, you have the subscription fees and all, but to run your Oracle database or other your operating system, we didn't need to spend on resources. So just to give you one example, we moved one of our large customer management system from our on-prem, which was already on Exadata platform, to autonomous database. With this, we not only gain a minimum 2x performance improvement, but also we saw 35% reduction in our operational cost. That include both the subscription fees as well as the resources required to manage these services. So, and today we are running multiple mission critical business applications on Oracle's autonomous database with zero, absolutely no human system administrations.
That's amazing.
And the fourth challenge I would like to talk is, which is also very important and critical, is change management. And this comes across very frequently with many of the customers, like how do you prepare your organization for this changes or the new normal, right? And we did two things. One is, as we defined the vision or the strategy for our transformation, we involve all our stakeholders, like all the way to the top executive as well as all the business heads, to align our priorities, because we want to make sure the corporate priorities align with our transformations, milestones, and journeys and all. And the second thing we did was we invested in our upgrading our skills, preparing our people to learn cloud and to have new skills. For example, with autonomous database, if we don't need DBAs, we train them to be more like data engineers or help architecting the applications. And also, it's not that we don't need them, we upgraded their skills to do more complex and architectural work. So these were the four challenges that we face at a very high level. And as I said, this has been a common theme talking to many of our large customers. And always the overarching challenge has been knowing how to get started. And we took that step approach to get there.
Very good. And I can echo this. I see those challenges across all the organizations I speak to and work with. You talked about autonomous database. This is obviously enabled by artificial intelligence and machine learning. So what's your view on using AI and machine learning within Oracle?
Great question. So let me first talk about Oracle as a company, what is its vision, and then I'll talk specifically about what internally we are doing for our own business. Oracle's AI strategy is to adopt like pervasive AI, that is using machine learning for everything we do, how we operate, our services, our platform everywhere. So I can broadly classify this into three categories. First, using AI to do our work. It is to operate how we operate our cloud. And as you said, the great example is autonomous database, where we use machine learning and AI to build this almost like a self-driving car. It does the patching, tuning, scale out, everything automatically. So that's the big investment there. The second group is providing ready-to-use AI solutions to our customer as an embedded feature in our SaaS services. It could be as simple as smart UIs, which know what action you are going to take, or it could be more sophisticated where, let's say in our recruitment application, it can recommend which candidate would be a good fit for you. So our lot of investment in making AI as part of or add-on to all of our SaaS services. And the third category is providing AI platform to Oracle's customer to build AI and machine learning, because customer might have their own requirement and also make it easy for them to develop this. So the database and other Oracle Cloud infrastructure, the data science services and other services gives that platform for customers to build this solution easily. And interestingly, one feature which is often overlooked is the ML capability in Oracle database itself. So see, you have all your data inside your database. And Oracle database comes now with a lot of this popular machine learning and deep learning algorithms built and packaged into the database. And now you have, with the power of Exadata, compute power of Exadata, you can build using your own data very quick and successful machine learning solution directly in those databases. So the idea here is bring algorithm to database, not take data to algorithm. But of course, when there are cases when you need to take data, there are connectors to database for many of the popular data science platforms, and there are other data streaming services in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure to stream data out. And now for our internal use cases, we are leveraging all those three categories. As I already mentioned, today we are running many of our own business application on autonomous services. We're using the embedded or prepackaged AI solution in the SaaS application to increase our business efficiencies as well as to gain new insight from our data. And then there are cases where there are use cases which is very specific to our own business. So that's when we use Exadata and other platform services to build AI solutions for us.
Great. They are fantastic stories, and it's great to see how well you're actually using the technology within Oracle. As someone that has overseen the transformation journey within Oracle, what would be your top tips that you would give to anyone else who is embarking on a similar transformation journey?
Great questions again. So I feel successful digital transformation is based on deep understanding of your customer, your user, because that understanding informs you what actually needs to be transformed and how.
Mm.
And again, talking to many of our customers and our own experience, here the how we went through this whole transformation, right? And it might be useful for many of your audience as well. The first step always is to solicit feedback from your customers, your employees, your user, and to understand their needs, their requirement, their expectations, and make it a continuous process. It's not like a one-time engagement. You need to continuously listen and solicit actively feedback from your user.
Mm.
Then based on that feedback, define the problems to be solved. Like, understand what you need to do differently to meet those expectations. And third step is, once you know what problems needs to be solved or what are the challenges, then you define this strategy to deliver more uh, newer experiences. Like,
Mm.
develop a strategy to streamline the processes, simplify every steps, empower your user, and then give them that delightful experience.
Mm.
And to do all this thing, leverage cloud technology. Because as I said, the IT infrastructure is the backbone of your digital transformation. You need a flexible, robust, and secure platform. And for us, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, as well as the Exadata platform, not only provided us all the latest emerging cutting edge technology like AI, ML, and other such technology, it also gave us that flexible, robust platform to execute on this transformation.
Mm.
The good thing is, with the recently announced Oracle's cloud at customer, you can have all these cloud services if you choose to in your own data center.
Mm. Very good. And this has been a really insightful and fascinating overview of how Oracle has transformed itself digitally, and hopefully your tips will be useful for anyone else embarking on a similar journey. So thank you very much, Kishan.
Thank you, Bernard. It was my pleasure. And again, good luck for your new book.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And anyone else who wants to learn more about any of those technology trends that we've covered, head to my YouTube channel where you can find many more interviews and discussions, or head to my website where you can find a vast amount of case studies on AI, on cloud, on big data, and anything else. So thank you very much.
Thank you.